Nickmercs had his first stream back today, and there's a lot of sound bites that came out of it, and I'm going to go over just a few of them. First, we're going to start with this one, where he talks about being privately DM'd by many people in the industry, telling him, hey, I agree with you, but I can't publicly back you. I can't tell you how many times I have experienced the same exact thing. Bottom line, a lot of these weirdo pronouns and bio people, they look up to so many people in the industry, whether it's movie stars, whether it's Twitch streamers, whether it's YouTubers. And the reality of it is they don't even agree with you. They don't even agree with you. Most of them don't. Most of them are just don't want to get canceled. Most of them don't have the balls to say what needs to be said. But the reality of it is that you have put all of your faith, you weirdos out there, you have put all of your faith in people that don't even agree with you. And that is the reality of this situation. I have talked to so many people that do not want to get involved in the culture war aspect. And my stance on it is I'm not going to sit there and put you on blast or anything. I mean, I have good conversations with a lot of these people. But the bottom line is the culture war will eventually come for you. You might as well take a stand right here and right now. I have said things that are 20 times more controversial than anything Nickmercs said. But Nickmercs, he liked to ride the fence on so many things. So he cultivated an audience, and he was surrounded by people that were not going to be accepting of this. Now, clearly his audience overall is supporting him, but I'm just saying that there was a lot of people that were rallying around him prior to all of this that were used to their echo chamber because he wasn't actually taking a stand. If you look back, Nickmercs has actually been on the left side of things on certain things because he didn't want to be caught up in cancel culture. That has happened. So that's just part of it. But that's why I can say whatever I say and no one seems to care because my audience already knows what I believe. They already know where I stand on this. And yeah, the same weirdos that want to cry are going to cry, but let's listen to what he has to say right here.
All the people that came to me privately, you know what I mean? Like DMs, phone calls, and texts. And it would always start with, hey man, can't publicly, go to bat for you, basically, is what they were saying. They just don't want to be. And I mean, I understand not wanting to be in the mess because, I mean, it gets a little bit crazy. I mean, I didn't want to be in it either. But at the same time, like, I stand by everything that I said. And that's where I'm at. That's where I land.
And he also said he was kind of getting tired of the messages after some point in time because it just got to be too many people reaching out privately saying, hey, I agree with you, but I can't say anything publicly, yada, yada, yada. This happens to everybody that has any following whatsoever when they get caught up in some nonsense or whatever. I get reached out to by a lot of people that I didn't even know. I'm shocked to know that they knew I existed. I'm like, how do you even know I exist? This is crazy. I've been watching you for years. And yeah, I just want to let you know, man, I love what you're saying, yada, yada, yada. I can't say anything publicly. And again, hey, I'm going to respect that. But at the same time, why are you allowing this nonsense to continue? Because your hundreds of thousands or millions of followers will screech and cry their eyes out what they found out. And again, that's what's so funny about it. I see these weirdos on social media just propping different creators up. And I'm like, you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. You freaking weirdos have no clue. Now, he had more to say right here in terms of Hasan's comments about Dr. Disrespect. Here we go.
And, I think up until that week, Hasan and I were pretty cool. And I know he's not going to lose any sleep over our relationship or anything, man. I'm not either. But after hearing him say what he said about Doc, that motherfucker's dead to me. I DM'd him as soon as I heard it, and I said, you know what? Have your opinions. We can agree to disagree. You can say the things that you want to say, of course. But you're going to go up there and say that shit about Doc on his fucking his anniversary, right? It's a guy's anniversary. And you're saying shit like that in front of all those people? You're just going to let that rip? All right. I mean, fuck. I mean, listen, I'm not... I'm not fucking showing up.
So, yeah, I mean, we've covered that here on the channel about, Hasan's comments about Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect responded. And, I mean, at the end of the day, take from that what you will. Ultimately, this whole thing has made Hasan look really, really bad, and he already looked bad in a lot of people's eyes. And then we got this clip right here.
And a bunch of these articles painted me up. A lot of the headlines said anti-LGB. You know, that's what they said. That's what that comment was. It was anti. What? How the fuck was that anti? It had not. It was. It's just, listen. These kids are very young. Can't they just go be kids?
Oh.
Can't they just be children? Got nothing to do with that. I don't know, man. Every headline said that. Did you read them? I was like, yo, Jesus Christ, man. And a bunch of these.
And I just say, welcome to what a lot of us have been dealing with for years now. And that's why it means nothing to be called these things. It means absolutely nothing, because they're just weaponizing, these words and these labels. They mean absolutely nothing. It just means that someone disagrees with you is all it says. It's all it means. And it also means that you're actually giving opinions that by the powers that be are not allowing. So they have to paint you in a certain light. And so I just love watching all of this play out, and just hearing him talk about, that same thing that so many of us have experienced. So many people that call out the BS and the social justice nonsense and call out the wokeness. So many of us have been on the receiving end of those messages where, like, hey, man, appreciate what you're doing. Man, I agree with everything you're saying, man. Keep doing it. I can't say anything. And I'm like, and then of course you see these freaks on social media that are worshiping these same creators because they think that they care about them and that they agree with them. But in reality, they don't. They think the same thing as us. You psychopaths, and we know it. But we aren't going to sit there and just put these people on blast. I will always tell someone, you reach out to me, I will keep our conversations in confidence. That has happened more times than I can count. And I will never, ever tell someone I am speaking with another creator or, a Hollywood person or whatever, if you are not wanting me to put that information out there. Now, personally, as I've expressed to many of them, I think that it's very important that you do speak out against this stuff, but only you can make your opinion up for what's best for you. But clearly you see all of this going on, as everybody else with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense sees. So why not stand up for it? Because clearly there's more common sense people out there than you realize, but a lot of them are just so nervous to call things out because they don't want to get canceled by the mob, because the mob demands that you agree with them. The mob needs you to stay silent. The mob cannot accept a difference of opinion. Anyway, this Nickmercs thing has been kind of crazy, and continue to follow it as more updates happen. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.